All right, guys, I have taken a day away from my around the housework, and doing my chores. I guess some people call it a honey-do list, which I don't mind to do them. I love my honey, but and I want the house to look good. But today I am back out in the mountains again, and I rode my four-wheeler up, and I plan on going in a way I've not went in several years. The road was just to get up here. You just couldn't get for a while. You couldn't really get up here unless you came a long way around, and then by then your day's shot. But we're going to look for tracks today. We're going to explore some areas and see if we can find anything. This area is normally, the road is kind of wet in spots, and so hopefully we can maybe find some tracks. There's our first little interesting thing. Oh, but for some reason the phone cut off. This is a real good area right here. We used to coon hunt it back when I was a kid. Well, I say kid, I was a teenager. But there's some old mine openings and things like that through here, which would be a good place for all kinds of critters to hide. But there's Mr. Turtle. He's having a good day, looks like. So I'm gonna put this phone away and concentrate more on looking for tracks and driving the four-wheeler. It's a little bit slippery through here. All right, 10-4, if I find anything, I will film it. Here's one of the old, well, it used to just be auger holes, but somebody's, over time, they've stole the coal. Well, I don't really call it, I guess you call it stealing. They come up here and got some coal, or it's fell out or rotted out. But it goes back in there a good ways. And this is a good place to find tracks and things like that of a bear or whatever stays there. All I can see out in here is some old turkey tracks. But it'd be easy for something to get back in there and stay. And chances you find it'd be pretty slim. But we're just kind of looking for some tracks around this right here, a bear tracks or whatever. Another big turkey track looks like. I did hear something up in the trees, but I do believe it was a squirrel. Still pretty country up in here. There's another opening right down here. See, those are pretty big. I won't go there. Big, yeah, spider web. Don't like them spider. You can see that's a pretty big opening. No problem for something going back in there. I'm gonna check out these other mud holes right here a little bit. I've seen a few deer tracks and things like that, but I've not seen anything I thought was there's where turkeys come through. And I am trying out my new boots today. My foot is still slightly sore due to the gout, but it's been probably a month, maybe more. But these boots are very comfortable. And people may wonder about why I'm on this road. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. This road's been here for, gosh, I don't know, 40 or 50 years. But right over in this area is where the creek and stuff is. There was a Bigfoot sighting there back in the 80s or 90s. A guy was walking on the railroad track. He seen one splashing in the creek. He got real close to it before he realized, what was going on. They didn't see each other. I guess because the noise of the creek, the Bigfoot didn't hear him walking on the railroad track, and him looking down as where he's placing his feet, he didn't notice the Bigfoot till he was close up on it. And it actually ran in the mountains back up this way, right where I'm at. Well, if you go on down this way just a little bit, there's been 2 or 3 other sightings down that way, and there's evidence. I found lots of evidence right back around this way. So, and I knew these old openings and stuff were up here, and I thought it would be a good place to check, since I've not been actually on this side in a long time. But I'm gonna get back on the 4-wheeler and continue my trek around through here and see if we can find anything. But this is a great location. Yeah, it does get traveled some. Quite a few 4-wheelers use it on the weekend, but usually they're just coming up through here to ride and drink and just enjoy themselves. They're not out here looking for animals. They're not out here looking for a Bigfoot sign or anything like that. So chances are one could be standing on the side of the bank and they never see it. But I'm gonna get back on the old wheeler here and continue on around. Okay, guys, I have found a few things here. Back at one of those other mud holes, I seen a big old track, but it was kind of a deep mud hole, so I had to kind of keep moving the 4-wheeler. I didn't see it in time to stop. But I come up to this one, and this here looks like another big track. And I just don't see anybody stopping their 4-wheeler and walking through this. See that big track? I mean, it may be a bear or something like that, because you can't tell. And there's also a little fox track over there, but I don't know if you can see it or not because of the sun glare. But there's 2 tracks right here. There's one there and one over there, and a couple more right over there. Now I have no idea what they are, and I'm fixing to run the 4-wheeler through here and probably just smush them out. I mean, maybe it's just a bear, but I just don't think it would be a person. I don't see a person getting over into this. It's just too soft. And if that's a track, where's the other tracks? You'd think we'd see some right here. But that's a little bit of a find. So, a little potential anyways. Let's walk over this way and look around. I'll give you a chance to actually look down in here and see what we're kind of dealing with. Look down through there, man. And these right here, right there, them are grapevines, and yes, they do bear grapes. A lot of times when we coon hunt, we catch the coons up eating the grapes in the wintertime, and they're purple, just like you would grow at home. Bugs are kind of bad. But yeah, I want to give you a little shot of that and show you what we found there. So I'm going to continue on around, see what we got. And that gas line, you can see that pole there. That gas line put in a long time ago. But I'm going to head on around. Hey, this is kind of interesting. Of course, up here is some more openings from like where the years ago where they augured and mined coal, and there's several right back through there as well. But right here is a bunch of coon tracks. No, they're not little people tracks like some people want to claim. They're actually coon tracks. There's probably, I don't know, a dozen or so here up under my 4-wheeler and everything. Well, what's interesting is a bear's walked right through here too. Now, if you don't understand bear tracks, some people would want to say that was a Bigfoot track, but it's not. If you look at how it's shaped and the shape of the toes, you can see it is actually a bear track. So kind of neat. And you see where the coon's been over there. But, yep, some people want to say that these, I've seen a fellow in particular, which of course I won't mention his name. I don't really actually remember it, I don't think. But even if I did, I wouldn't mention it. He put a picture up of a coon track, a coon paw print, and tried to say it was a baby Sasquatch or a small human or something like that. But that's not what it was. It was a coon track. Raccoons. But alright, I'm going to head on around. I would say the coon was in the water here either looking for frogs or tadpoles or something. And the bear, who knows what he might have been doing. But I'm going to head on around. I know you can hear the parasols in behind us. They're doing some logging down in that hollow. But this is kind of an interesting thing that this is where some of the boys ride their four-wheelers back through here sometime. Yeah, you can see where they've got a path. And I'll tell you, it feels, the wind coming out feels nice. It's good, cool. But it's, yeah, they ride through here sometime. I don't believe I want to, but I know I like to feel the breeze that's coming there. It feels real nice. But yeah, the sad part is they're logging a lot of this and going to cut it all out. And I'm not totally against logging or anything like that, but that clear cutting and all that stuff, I don't like that. But they're way down through there, just where we're up on top of the mountain and we can hear everything. I don't even know who it is actually logging, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can stand up here and look down in there a little bit. But hopefully they leave a little bit of trees. I hate to see all the game trees cut out and things like that. What can you do? Alright, I'm going to continue my ride around. You can see where the boys have been up here and drunk them a few. There's some more coon tracks. Over there looks like a pretty big one. Let's check it out. Yeah, see, there's one. Pretty good size. And you can see the nails on that. Now, you can't always see the nails when you're on a print. When you don't see the nails, it looks more like a human foot, a human handprint or something. But it's still a coon. All right, get a shot up into there. Hey, look, our second turtle of the day. He looks like he's on a mission too, so we won't bother him. Took his pictures though. He didn't seem to be too camera shy. I've noticed as I've came out this road here that there's a lot less traffic. You can see where maybe one or two four-wheelers might have been out through here, but definitely a lot less traffic out this way. Back there where the road forked, the heavier traffic went down the mountain, so I guess I just came on around exploring. So you can look down in there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sun telling what lives around here. But see where this tree has come across the way and somebody sawed it out. Obviously off the bank there. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that turtle, basically. Give you an update on that. There's a lot less traffic out this way. But, all right, if I find anything interesting, I'll try to film it. I did find another large elk track back there, several of them, but it was right in areas where I couldn't really stop the four-wheeler without being in knee-deep mud, so I kept on chugging. And there's the turtle. All right, Mr. Turtle, I gotta go. Talk to you later. All right, guys, I'm gonna tell you a little bit something about this little area I'm in. If I'm not mistaken, and that could be, there may be another one on around. If I'm not mistaken, this was a pond at one time that was full of fish, bass and bluegill and things like that, probably catfish. And I remember coming up here when I was young with my dad. It's hard to get up here then. You either had to walk, or I mean, you had to really have a good four-wheel drive to get up here. And this was full of fish. I mean, it was hard to catch them. The water was real deep in. If this is the right place, and I think it might be if there's not one on around. It used to be deep enough they used to swim in it when they was kids. My dad used to carry wash tubs of fish up in here and dump in it when he was just a little bitty boy. And I remember coming up here and catching some, we caught some big old bass and stuff like that. I'm talking about, 3, 4, 5 pound bass. And you could see them swimming all over the place. But as the story goes, at least what I was told, is that one of the coal companies who wanted to come in here and mine, they dumped something in the water and killed all the fish. And so what I was doing, I've been standing here probably 10 minutes. I was looking and see if I could see any evidence that there was any fish left in here. And I see some stuff moving around in the water, but I can't tell if it's lizards or frogs. There's something moving there, but I've stood here for a while and I've not seen any fish. You would think that if there was any kind of fish in here, you would see them swimming around or something, but I've not seen any. I've seen a lizard and some frogs, but there's been several things come up and splash and break the water, which I guess it could be lizard or frog or something. But yeah, if this is the right place, and I think it might be if there's not one on around the corner. It used to be full of fish, and now it's I guess it's just a frog and lizard pond, and maybe occasionally a duck or something comes in it. I was just trying to ease around and see if I could see any evidence that there was any fish in it, and I've not been able to confirm it. I've seen some stuff moving, but I can't say it was a fish. But I'm gonna look a little while longer, then I'm gonna get back on the four-wheeler and continue on around. Here are some very large bear tracks. That boy's heavy. Look at that. It was sunk down the ground. Look at that. That's a heavy bear right there. Sometimes people confuse those tracks with Bigfoot tracks, and when they get that big, you can see why. And that's a big boy. Well, looks like he left another little prize over here. Yeah. I slowed down for this dip. That's when I seen him. Now see, you can see his claws a little bit on that. You can see where they indented, see there? But over here you can see the actual length of the claw on one of them. See a few right here too, see? But now you don't always see the claw marks on a bear track. But that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna head on around this way and see what we can find. All right, guys, I'm nearing the end of my journey for today. Covered a lot of territory, found quite a few tracks. No animals that I know of that we've seen other than turtles, frogs. But I don't know, I probably still like about 2 or 3 miles getting back to the Blacktop Road. So, between here and there, if I find something interesting, I'll film it. But this is probably, this could be the last video of the day. But I've had a good time. I mean, I got to explore quite a bit in some areas I've not been in years. And hopefully you've enjoyed the tag along, to come along with me, you've enjoyed it. So I'm gonna see if I can manage to get the old four-wheeler started and head on down the mountain. And if I find anything interesting, I'll film it and just add it to it and tag it on. You guys be good. Thanks.